So I went to Quora, and there was this question. He goes, "This is a tattoo guy asking the non-tattoo guys a question." He goes, "If you're not into tattoos, what is your reason why?" And Greg Tator answered.
Sure. A lot of tater talk, it seems like.
Greg Tator. Greg Tator sounds like someone who's not into tattoos.
He goes, because they're fundamentally dumb. First.
Okay, Greg, fuck
Tator.
you.
Greg Tator is calling them fundamentally.
And Greg Tator, you're going to realize that you wouldn't like him anyway.
I already knew
by the way he talks.
I'm not even joking. I already knew I didn't like him. I can't explain why, but I just knew I don't like a guy named Greg Tator. I just don't.
I don't like a guy. So he goes, first, no matter how, quote, beautiful any specific one might look when you get one, it's not Da Vinci.
What?
Well, suck a dick, Greg Tator. Not everything. Most things are not Da Vinci.
Yeah, almost everything isn't like the best thing of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, most stuff is just like fine or bad.
Yeah. He goes, second, they show a lack of judgment. People change over time. They have new experiences and learn more about the world. See, this is the fundamental misunderstanding of this guy of tattoos, is that like he thinks, and I'm sure it happens a lot, but I think most people that get tattoos and then grow to be different still look at, as long as they're not racist tattoos and they grew to be not racist, they probably say that's a part of my life. That tattoo right there, it's not about like making sure that you're like you update it every 2 years.
That everything on your body is representative of your current like self. Yeah, you know what's interesting? I never even really thought of it that way, but that is like a really good way to think of it. And I imagine, like that is kind of cool to have this sort of visual representation of different periods of your life that you can sort of look down upon and get reminded of for better or worse, and hopefully the ones you see a lot are the good ones or whatever, I
mean, for me, like, yeah, that's exactly it. I have tattoos from when I was like 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, and I probably wouldn't get the same ones if I had it to do over like right now, but it's nice to look at it and remember like, oh, this is from when I went into the tattoo shop with my best friend's ID and pretended to be 5'7" by wearing super tall shit. Like, it's not just about whatever the tattoo is. It's a little snapshot. It's like having a disposable camera photo. And like the ones that I don't necessarily still like love every day of my life, I just don't think about. I don't think about any of them very often. Even the ones I see all the time, it just kind of blends in.
Or I mean, even it's this thing. This guy thinks that people with tattoos are sitting around thinking about their tattoos all the time.
Right? Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? He goes. Think back to when you were a 5-year-old child and remember what was the most important thing in the world to you. Was it the same when you were 12 or 20?
Well, wait a second. You're not getting. Well, people who are 5 should not be getting tattoos. I agree. As a father to a baby, now
your baby's not 5 yet, so you don't know how mature.
But I'm saying I'm not gonna let him get tattoos when he's 5 because they know that he will make some poor decisions on what tattoos to get at that age. I agree. You
got to judge the kid by their maturity.
That's why we have like parents and rules.
My child's first tattoo. What's a good age to let a child get their first tattoo?
Mine got hers at 18 because tattoo artists generally won't do a tattoo if you're.
So 18
I'm the only person who lives in my house that doesn't have a tattoo. My daughter has a tattoo. My daughter has 2 tattoos. My wife has, I think, 3. So she gets like she loves nature and shit. Anywhere you go, she gets like a tree from that area.
Well, that's right. You're coming to Vancouver, and hopefully she's going to get a tree from this area. Yeah, I mean, Ariel probably has. She has like big, like her whole back is that like she has tons and tons and tons of tattoos.
So Greg Tator goes on to say, so unless you're never planning to learn and grow, why mark yourself permanently with something that seems cool to you today? I don't hate them, and a relatively unobtrusive one here or there can be dismissed as a youthful indiscretion.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Greg Tator!
Hey,
oh
Greg
my God!
Tator. Hey, Greg Tator, fucking meet me behind the fucking I hate this Greg. He's old. This guy's old and religious, though.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's religious. He's just
No,
an
he's
old
religious.
asshole.
He's religious. He's religious.
He could also easily be like 25 and way too into manosphere shit, because you hear this kind of stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
about
true.
women specifically all the time. A beautiful woman with a tattoo is like a Ferrari with a bumper sticker on it. I will
I've
fucking
seen
kill
that.
you.
Yeah,
I will
Seen
kill
that.
you.
Oh my god!
it is. That's true. Younger, like 20-something guys now are starting to talk like old loser religious people.
Yeah.
Well, I
fuck?
think the thing is, like, there've always been guys that are in their 20s that like when like some old conservative guys like Zoomers are fucking, you know, always looking at their phones and stuff like that, and he'll be like, I don't look at my phone, but yeah,
Right.
I've noticed that a lot of people my age like looking at their phones. Like,
Right.
like the guys that'll sell out, they're like, no, like the guy that's 17 and says they don't make any good music anymore and only listens to like Led Zeppelin and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
that's a
there's always
classic
one or
type of
two.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always one or two guys that are like trying to be the better representative of their community to old people, and that is the thing. He goes, as far as facial and neck and head tattoos, those are just a way to advertise an extremely low IQ.
I hate him.
When was this written? What year?
4 years ago, 2020.
Yeah, because I will say,
oh, get out of here! I mean,
still
2020 was the same as now, except for COVID.
it is. You're right, but yeah, because even like 10 years ago, though, I will say that like that was the sort of prevailing thought that like, oh, a person has a face tattoo or a neck tattoo, that's like a criminal or like a, you know, or like somebody who's dangerous person. But I would say that's definitely not the case anymore. You know, in the last like 10 years or whatever, that's kind of, you see people, at least where I live, like in Vancouver, you see people constantly with neck and neck tattoos, definitely, but face tattoos and stuff like that, working at jobs and, you know, working normal jobs and stuff.